we've had the first runner of the day and the first dog walker. The dog walker went by without a glance even. I'm pretty sure she didn't notice me. The runner, however, he was a little bit more alert, and I'm pretty sure he spotted me. So it's definitely time to pack down and get a shifty on before anyone else notices me. Yeah. If you're watching, thanks for your help. That was literally life-saving. I'm not even joking. It's definitely time to panic now. Apparently there's a storm on the way. I don't know how far I'd have gone before realising, and that would have been devastating. He might have just saved the mission. If it wasn't for the map, I'd have never have seen this. So it is a literal emergency, because if I get caught in this storm and I've not got proper shelter, this could be bad. We're getting towards dark now. It's got a lot quieter in the park. Behind me there's a bit more activity. It's definitely an urban stealth. I'm definitely like basically in the middle of town. It just doesn't feel that much like it because I'm in this beautiful park. Obviously not supposed to be here, so definitely stealth. It's not what I would call low visibility. But I still have a few things in my favour. It's obviously just not a very popular spot for people to come and even walk their dogs. It's just a passing place for people to go elsewhere, and I'm out early. I just need to get packed down and head off as quick as possible. For that reason, and the fact that it's just really damp right now and not warm enough to dry anything, there's no real reason to pack down my sleep system fully. So I'm just going to stuff it into my pump bag and carry it like that, and then in a little while, hopefully not too long away, I'll be able to find a spot to have my breakfast and cook my eggs, and at the same time I'll dry the sleep system off because it definitely needs it. More condensation as per usual inside, but also just obviously the underside's going to be damp, and yeah, that's the plan. It might be a damp morning, and as you can see, it's very damp in places. It is, however, beautiful. Other than the road noise behind me, which is forever decreasing, it really is just a lovely, peaceful morning. My feet aren't feeling too bad this morning. There's certainly been some recovery going on there with my toes, although I do think I actually mashed them up even worse yesterday than they were previously, so they do have a lot of healing to do now. But I'm just taking a really slow, steady pace this morning, just to let myself get into it. And also, it's super early. It's not even 7 o'clock. That was like the fastest pack down I've ever done, because obviously I'm carrying my gear in the bag, as I said. Wow. Do I need to backtrack around this? Yeah, that's quite deep all the way around. Okay. That's what happens when I'm filming. I'm so busy looking to the right, I didn't look ahead and see that the pathway was basically running into a, want for a better word, a lake. I'm not sure that classes as a puddle anymore. It's weird, the ground underneath is cracked from where it's so dry, but yeah, it's now waterlogged, but it's still cracked. Strangest thing. Oh yeah. But yeah, the ground obviously isn't dry. If anything, that's a bit squelchy. Yeah, that is sludgy. Hopefully it doesn't sludge too deep. I'm going to have to give this a really, really wide berth. I hope I can actually get through. This is ridiculous. I might be able to get through over here. This looks not too bad. Whoa, I say that. Again with this squelchy business. But it does appear to be a route through. Just hope I can find a decent spot to stop and have my breakfast, because I definitely would love to have me a warm breakfast now. The idea of some scrambled eggs on toast, that's a lovely idea. Which way now? Best check the map. Well, been going for a long time now and still haven't found anything. It looks like I've made the next town or village or whatever. Not really sure when these benches might do the job. What is this? Oh, this is better than those benches. This is more out of the way. Oh wow. This is cool. Look at this. Or should I say, look at that. That's awesome. And I think in there might be a spot where I can have a little fun and get away with it. Just get you through there. Yeah, well, it's certainly a nice bench to sit for the morning and relax. I'm just going to have a look through here, because the priority really is somewhere I can set up my fire pit and have a little fire without anyone really spotting me. A bit close to all that over there. Here, let's see where this goes. There's a few options in here. Oh, I see. There's a path coming directly from there, coming through. So this isn't going to be good either. What that other little path though? That's what it's about. Just got to explore until I find what I need. But this would be a lovely space to just spend a little bit of time this morning. Yeah, like in here. It's just a place where there's some wood. I don't know that I'm far enough away from everybody here, but I could get away with it. I mean, it's going to be a matter of luck about timing whether anyone actually sees me doing it. Let's see about over here. Let's step over this. Now this just goes down to this bit of water here. It's a cool spot. I'll grant you that. Very cool. Now they came from that path there. Does that mean I'd get away with it around here? Whoa. I haven't taped my feet yet. That was a lot of walking without the tape. Let's see what else we've got around here. It's pretty quiet still. It's just gone 7 o'clock, I think maybe 20 past by now. So there's not many people out, and everyone's going to be nicking my gear back there, so I can leave that there and have a little wander. That is some nice fresh water there. Yeah, if I had my filter, that would have done the job. I think there's more benches back here. Yeah, this is a whole like area. This is the whole thing. Oh, look, table and bench here. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting quite far now. I'm going to go back for my gear and we're going to explore this a little bit. I bet some of the locals are really proud of this. I just need a spot where it's unlikely anyone's going to walk through. It's kind of what I'm hoping for. There's a spot over there on the grass which actually has a table and chairs on it, and it's near a tree. I have a feeling that although these look okay, this pathway is probably quite a used pathway. Let's have a little look, see what's in here. Yeah, so if we go off to the pathway a little bit, but not a lot. So I'm going to wander over through the grass here. I think anyone coming out at this time of day is relatively likely to stay to the pathways. So if I come off to the grass here, there might be something under these trees. I don't need long. I need like probably 15 minutes tops. That's all I need. This table and bench is quite close. I could settle my gear up there. I could have the fire over here. Yeah, this is... Oh, this is a bit more secluded. Look at this. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. If I did it here, yeah, I've got a lot of cover there. If anyone even spotted it, they're far away, but I just don't think they would. Yeah, that's not bad. I can put my gear on that table, have a sit down, have a rest, sort myself out a little bit, and then come in here and have a quick little fire and warm up my scrambled egg. Awesome. Now what about this for a place to cook and eat your breakfast? This is nice. This is something special actually, yeah. Oh wow. Oh. I mean, barring maybe being on the peak somewhere and having obviously a view to look out at, this is probably one of the nicest spots that I've ever thought to have my breakfast at. Oh, I don't think there's any way I could have pushed through yesterday to get this far, but if I just somehow managed to get this far, what a special place to have had a camp. Because I'd have easily camped in there without any question in my mind. That would have been a campable spot. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get cracking. Well, I'm not going to get cracking. I'm going to chill for a little bit and then I'll get cracking. I got jabbed by the thorns. Not pleasant. Did not want loads of smoke either. Let's face it. I think this might be its way to get me home. Yes. We have a proper ignition. Oh yeah, I'll definitely jab myself there. In my rush to try to get all these in. That's the downside of thorny stuff. They were very big thorns as well. Oh, that feels awful, that one. Ow. Put some gemline on that thing. So that must have had like a nasty thing on it as well. Sensibly, I've bought that as a little poker slash door handle. This one. As I said, don't want to mess around here. That's plenty of heat. I'll make sure I'm stirring this constantly. Oh, all right. what I'm hoping for is initially very high heat to get this up to temperature, and then a slightly lower heat just to get the rest of the way. Because if it's too high at the end, it'll just burn. But right now it's 2/4 burn, as long as I keep it moving. Really trying not to burn this now. Getting very close. That's starting to. Oh, I might need to let that calm down a bit before I put this back on. It's starting to thicken now. This is where I risk potentially burning it to the bottom of the pot, which I don't want to happen. That flame is definitely calming down now. That's good. The lid on. The fire still has more heat than I would have given it credit for. Hopefully just enough to get this. Got a little bit of. I tried to dehydrate this bread, but it didn't really dehydrate as much as I'd like it to. But it's bread at the end of the day. That was more just for weight saving than anything else. Let's just toast up some bread. Try. What a breakfast, and what a place for it. Oh yeah, that's really good. You wouldn't think you could get scrambled eggs out of powdered egg that are that good, but somehow they're amazing. Right, well, I'm going to finish up here. Probably get cracking on for a bit of a walk, and I'll try drying out my gear a bit later once it gets warmer. Whoa, that was a close call. I just had this drop out the back of my pack. I say out, I just had it tucked in a spot, and it obviously wasn't tucked in well enough. That would have been problematic because I didn't know it had fallen out. And I don't know how far I'd have gone before realising, and that would have been devastating. But thankfully, a kind gent in a car going by saw it happen, gave me a bib, and took the time to pull over and told me to go back for it. And lo and behold, I was like, what on earth could have fallen out? I looked and said, oh my lord, that could have been massively problematic. I mean, that could have been devastating. So yeah, I mean, thanks to that chap. I doubt I'd ever see the video, but he may have just saved the mission. Wow. My feet are feeling good. I took care of them really well, and they're all taped and plastered up in an even better way. I'm sort of learning as I go what works and what doesn't. The forecast for later is much different to now. It's looking like some rain is on the way. Today might be a day where I have to change plans slightly and try to find maybe a little man-made shelter under a bridge or something. Worst case scenario, sort of out of the way bus stop even could work. I'm going to have to get inventive today if I want any kind of decent shelter. In a pinch the bivvy will do, but even then it's always a bit nasty camping on wet ground, so I'm hoping I can find somewhere dry. I think the route is to go down this field here with the tracks, follow that tree line to that corner, and then along over to there. Apparently there's a storm on the way. The forecast back where I had been wasn't for that bad, but I think that's because that area is going to miss it. But I'm essentially, as the further I go to the west, the worse the weather's going to be, and I think I'm going to be able to hit the middle of the storm just at the right time. So yeah, what timing. The plan, I think, will be to collect up some firewood when I get to the end of this and seek some shelter under a railway bridge that's somewhere on the route. Now, it's supposed to be, according to Google, about an hour and a half away, but I'm not moving at a very swift pace. I'm be honest with you. At this point, it's just go at the comfortable pace that I can manage. So I think it's probably going to take me more like 2 to 2.5 hours. I also need to stop and get some more water. And the storm, I think, is going to last from about 3:30 when it starts to kind of come in. I think it's going to get pretty bad over the next sort of half an hour. And then it'll be with me for a few hours, but hopefully sort of finish up about 7:30, 8 o'clock, just in time for me to get cracking for the last leg of today's journey. So rather than wasting time just sitting there doing nothing, or ploughing through the rain, struggling to stay dry, my thought is essentially camp underneath this bridge just for the storm. Ooh. And do my cooking for the day while I'm under there. Right, well, found a fantastic pile of basically everything. You can see just here where I cut a big piece off. I've split some, but left some others whole, or one big one whole. I don't want to process it all and find I don't need it all, but I'll process some. Then all the stuff in between, from firelighter all the way up to that. So fantastic. Now I just need to get cracking, find some water near the end, and we'll be good. There's one way to mess my back up. It doesn't look like that at all. These little ones are having a lot of fun though. Right, I best check which way, but I'm assuming down through there. Time to check the map. It wasn't the other way, it was this way. And I nearly missed this too. If it wasn't for the map, I'd have never have seen this. Ooh. I can't say this is a well-maintained footpath. Yeah, there's barbed wire either side, so holding onto the fence is not particularly pleasant, but I do not want to end up ankle deep either. If I go for this, I'm just going to be in. It's just going to force me to backtrack. Well done, farmer. Well done. I know he's gone to the trouble of putting all these strong posts in and some barbed wire on the top of them so I can't climb over. There's apparently a footpath through that field. I don't know where it goes to and from, but if I can get into that field, I'm going through. I'm going round. Cool. That's easy. Glad I'm not straight line missioning it today. With Tom, go around and soak up the few meters deviation. Or would he go through? Grim. Well, that was an easy one. Got that topped up at the pub here. The barley mow. Very nice stuff in there. Thought I was supposed to go into a footpath here. Maybe this is it. This might be it. I best check the map. It's definitely time to panic now. I've just got to the bridge that I was hoping to camp under, and it turns out I can't get under there. They have fenced that off like madmen. If I was the other side of the river, yeah, I could make it. And I'm not kidding, that's been brutal. I've just had to do 2, maybe 3k on concrete, carrying the extra wood and this water, and it's worn me out. But here I am, stuck in the middle of nowhere, hoping to find a place to shelter. And the kick of it is, if I end up going all right this path to the lock up ahead in Abingdon, they've got water there anyway, and I didn't have to carry this all that way. So yeah, that's going to be a real kick in the teeth. I don't know if you can see, but there's a very, very slow drip coming out of it where I've managed to puncture it. It's not going to empty anytime soon, so I'm just walking along with it just as it is. I'm hoping I've got some level of tape or something in my bag that I can put on it. I think I have some repair tape somewhere. Worst case scenario, I'll just use a bit of Lecto tape, but I think I actually have some waterproof tape somewhere, so I'll just slap a bit of that on it hopefully. But yeah, for now that's not really an issue, but obviously I'm trying to get away from a storm and find shelter. So it is a little an emergency, because if I get caught in this storm and I've not got proper shelter, this could be bad. I may be testing this bivvy out more than I thought. Oh dear, this is not going to be pretty. Well, that was a mad scramble, guys. The weather is here already. It's not massively heavy yet, so I've been able to get away with it. If it gets any heavier, I'm in some trouble. I've managed to get to the next bridge along. This is Abingdon Bridge, I think, so I'm basically in the town. If you look behind over there, you can see there's like the river and some boats. I was hoping maybe one of these little bits under here would be usable, but obviously they're flooded out. So I've dropped my gear here because it's all pretty quiet. There's some people in vans and that over in the car park, but there'll be no trouble. I'm going to have a little peek over here and see if there's like a path that actually runs under the bridge, or I could potentially just sneak some proper shelter. Oh, there is something. Hold on. So if there's any rain spots getting on the imagery here, but I don't have a cover for you, so you expose the conditions just as much as me. Well, I'm pretty sure I've given myself a blister on one of my feet. Okay. I mean, this is shelter, but I'm right by a building here. I certainly can't have a fire in here, but I could. Yeah. This is my shelter for the next little while. I can just chill out and relax in here. I can have my lunch, which is quite late, wait for the rain to go. Then I can move on and find a place to cook, I guess. So that's it, that's my shelter for this storm. It's apparently coming our way. I also need to like check out my feet and stuff like that, so yeah. Oh. I really wish I hadn't had to just power through all that. Oh, it was supposed to be a relaxing day. It's gone totally sideways. Oh, I'd be tempted to go over and ask the people in the van, do you mind if I hung out in here for the time being while the storm's going on? But yeah, I'd be tempted to stay under here for now and have my fire, but I'd probably get seen. There's like visibility all around. Yeah, that'd be a big ask to be ignored in here. I mean, if I kept it small and had my body one side and the tree the other, maybe I'd get away with that. I could even ask the people in the van if they'd mind heating up my food for me, I suppose. There is that. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if it's worth an ask. I wonder if they're staying. Oh, I don't know, it might be worth an ask. Don't know if they're getting ready to go or what. I don't know. Hello, hello. I thought I recognised you.
We were wondering, we were looking for all the places you could sleep tonight as we were walking back.
Well, I mean, I may be sleeping under that bridge over there, to be honest.
Yeah, as we went through there, we said this would be a suitable.
Yeah, it's the only place I've found, to be honest, that's going to have some shelter. I mean, I don't necessarily have to sleep under shelter tonight, but I just need shelter for a few hours while it's raining. But so I think I'll be hiding out under there. I was wondering if I could ask you a favour though, because I was going to basically camp out and just cook my food, because I bring like a little wood stove with me, but I can't do a wood stove here. I mean, I'll get somebody complaining.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'd be possible if I could ask just to warm up my food. Yeah, it's literally just basically a little dehydrated stuff in some water. I just need to boil my water for about 15 minutes.
You can have some.
Oh, appreciate that, thank you. Yeah.
We're here till we're going. Well, we're around.
Are you not staying the night here then?
We are staying the night, but we're
we're
going off to see something in town.
Oh, I see.
And then, so what time would you want to do it?
I mean, either before it rains or just after. I'm not really sure what would work. I mean,
When's it going to rain?
yeah, I mean, because obviously coming back and forth in the rain is not gonna be so cool. Is that all right then? If I
Absolutely
come
fine,
over?
whenever you want.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
I can chat up somebody on the boat to take you across.
I considered it, to be honest, but I'm more comfortable talking to people in vans because I'm a van lifer. I actually live in a van full time. So yeah, with my wife and my 2 kids, we've been doing it for a few years now. So well, we're based around Bedfordshire, which is like just miles away. But I'm just on a YouTube sort of adventure at the moment. I'm walking from London to Gloucester, so I'm about halfway. But it's a challenging day today. It was supposed to be the easy day. I'm gonna go grab my stuff before I get soaked. Then, if that's all right. Thank you. Oh, brilliant. I don't know if you got much of their audio. I didn't point the audio from the camera at them. It might have picked it up, I don't know. Whoa, they're good folks. I saw them on the walk. I pointed them in the right direction when we both got to the last bridge and realised that it wasn't actually going to go our way. But they're going to let me heat up my food. So yeah, they're camping out here, I think, for the night, but they've got stuff to do in the evening. Oh, I can't bring this inside, it's leaking, but I won't use their water because I know what that's like. I've got this water, I've carried it, I might as well use it. Whew. Oh dear.
Come on in.
Come on in.
We turned the seats
Ooh.
down. We put some water on. I don't know how much you want.
I wanted to use my own I didn't want to take yours away from you. I know what that's like. But...
Yeah, we're on the outside for a couple of nights.
Oh, that's not so bad then. Oh. Oh, how lucky is that? Hopefully you got a glimpse of me approaching who I now know are Norman and Sarah. If you're watching, thanks for your help. That was literally life-saving. I'm not even joking. So that's them over there in the, we'll call that the adventure van because it says adventure on there. So yeah, they are fantastic. They kindly allowed me to warm up my salmon curry in there, and I can inform you the salmon curry worked out beautifully, and you won't have to miss out because I do have that planned for another day later on in the trip as well. I've bought 2 lots of that and it'll be exactly the same thing. There's no surprise, it'll work brilliantly because it just did. The salmon came out really lovely and it hydrated perfectly, and I seem to have cracked the flavours perfect. So that was an awesome curry. I'm well fed, I'm well rested, and I've had some good conversation with them. They're really good people. They're just off out now for their evening, so I've let them get on with that, and I'm going to crack on and do a little bit more walking. I've not managed to kind of get my shoes off or put my feet up, but just sitting down and getting the weight off is quite a big thing. I've still got a lot of water. I'm going to keep that because I need to clean my pot, and that'll obviously be what I use in the morning as well for my hot chocolate and stuff. I've lost a bit from that drip, but it's still mostly full. It's not coming out very fast at all. So no problems there. So I'm not really making much eye contact here. Yeah, so that was fantastic really. Just nice to have some good company for a little while, and an easy way to warm up my food. Just use their hob in their van, so that was fantastic. It's a bit of a cheat, I know, but these things happen. It's part of the adventure. Meeting some people like that when I'm out and about, it's always lovely, that sort of thing. Obviously, being a van lifer myself, you know, we had a lot to talk about. They're not van lifers as such, but they have been doing it for most of their lives, sort of getting away in their van for the weekends and stuff. So they had a lot to chat to me about, and I found out a lot about them, and they found out a lot about me. And yeah, just really good people. So it does pay to talk to people and say hello. And they could have said no, they could have said no, we don't want to help you, or we don't have space in the van for you, but they let me sit in there in the warm, dry, and cook my food. And so I've missed all of the heavy rain, and I can now crack on and I'm still dry. I mean, finding a camp space is going to be a bit of a pain. It's not going to be easy to find anywhere dry, so that's not going to be pleasant, but I'll do what I can. Well, I've just made it into this park and it looks promising. Excuse the rattle of my pan on my... Oh, someone's shouting. Yeah, excuse the rattling of my pan on my back. It's on the outside of my pack, just tied on because it needs cleaning. Oh, there are some spots in here, but they're not. Look at this. That looks pretty good in there. I mean, do I just accept the first spot I see? I mean, make sure no one's about. Get in here. Yeah, there's a school just over there. I don't think that's going to be a problem. They're the other side of that road. I don't think anyone walking by, once it gets dark, will see me. But for now, I could sit in here and chill. it's not too wet. There's a tree just here. I could clear out at the bottom of that and sit there, and only the most astute sort of people will spot me. Oh, my bottle's just leaked all over my leg. Look at that. What a mess this thing's making. Right, gotta spin it around if I'm holding it in that hand. Right, yeah, yeah, if I'm quiet and I don't make a big fuss of it, I think I could get in here and use this space. Oh. Right. Some of the glasses even. What a brilliant space. I've already had a few people walk by. Not one even looks in this direction. Quite a few have run by on the road or driven by, and they're too busy with their own lives as well. So yeah, if I don't draw attention, if I don't make big movements or sounds, even with my bright coat on, no one looked in. Obviously this is going to be way better when I've got cover of darkness. I don't know what time it is. So look, it's just gone 7. I'm here quite early really if you think about it, because I don't even need to cook. I think I'll have a snack on some peanut butter crackers that I should have had for lunch that I didn't. I'll probably have a little snack on those once I'm set up a little bit more. I want to put my bivvy bag down to kind of just create a space where I can walk around without my shoes on, so I can just get down to my socks. And actually when I'm sitting, I'll probably take my socks off to let my feet air. I've cleared out enough space to kind of allow for that. The idea is to put the bivvy across kind of like where you are. Yeah, there's people coming. Yeah, no one batting an eyelid. No one's looking inside the bushes to see what's around here. It takes a certain kind of person to be looking around the bushes. And those kind of people I don't think are bothered that I'm here. So yeah, it's a really perfect spot. The ground is obviously slightly damp, it always is. That's why I've got my sit mats down. But it's pretty dry, especially once I've moved all the damp leaves off. And I've now got a really nice soft place to put my sleep system down. It's slightly sloped, which is not my favourite thing in the world, but I've noticed that with the bivvy bag, that doesn't really create too much of an issue. I might slip down the mattress when I'm moving, but I can just counteract for that and just make sure I don't let myself slip down. But the mat doesn't actually slip down the bivvy bag at all. That doesn't seem to happen. They both seem to just grip the bivvy to the floor and also to the mat, so they kind of just stay together and just keep me in place, which is kind of a weird benefit of the bivvy bag. But yeah, I'm going to be real comfortable in here tonight. I'm well past the halfway mark now, which is fantastic. That's got me in a good mood, because not only is it the halfway mark by mileage, but that means I've also used half of the food in my bag, which means I've dropped so much weight, and it's only going to get lighter from here. The only bit that gets tougher at the end is that sort of incline at one point, but it's not like a huge incline, it's not crazy, and by the time I hit that, my pack would be so light it'd be unreal. At that point it'd be lighter than I normally take, because normally obviously I've got a tent and sometimes even like a full sleep system. I'm on my summer sleep system with essentially the lightest bivvy bag I've ever known. I'm not going to be carrying any food much at the end. I mean, just the smallest amount. So in reality, if I make sure I drink my water a little bit and don't have any spare on the incline, I should be alright. And I just make sure I grab some once I've got up the sleep bits. Yeah. But in the meantime, I need to fix this pole. So I've got some of this tent repair tape, which I think will do the job. I'm just going to cut a little section out. I don't know how big I need it, probably a bit bigger, and then There you go, just a little corner. Even ultralight is still worth carrying something like that. I've got the thing in my pack that repairs my thermarest should I need it, because that's the one thing you cannot do without is your mat. It's literally mission critical. That goes down for whatever reason, you are toast. So yeah, I hope this stuff is still good. It's been in my pack for 10 years or more. This may not be good anymore. If not, I'll crack out the thermarest repair and see if that's still working. And failing that, a little bit of the blister tape might work. Let's see. No, I think that's still sticky. Oh, it's so good, it just didn't want to come off that. Oh yeah, that's good to go. So let's figure out this little gap here. What's happening? It's just got a bit of a puncture. So make sure it's dry as best I can. Clean it up a bit. It's getting. I'm just going to take that off. It's not going to be perfect. It's just going to stop it from leaking. At least enough that I don't lose the water by the morning. I'm going to keep the water in there for length of time at least. Problem solved. I'm gonna literally just kit out the space with my bivvy bag and get my stuff nearby me so I can get to all my bits and pieces, and I'm just gonna chill and relax. I don't really want to do too much activity until it gets darker and there's less people around. Once it gets really dark and I'm basically invisible in here, I don't think I'm going to be too worried about if someone hears a random noise, because they'll just look around, can't see anything and move on. But at the moment, if I bring attention to myself, I will stick out like a sore thumb if someone actually looks for me. So yes, I'm just going to be chilling and waiting for dark. Oh, welcome back. We're getting towards dark now. It's got a lot quieter in the park. Behind me there's a bit more activity, but I'm even more covered from them seeing me, to be honest. So I'm feeling pretty safe in here. It's definitely an urban stealth. I'm definitely like basically in the middle of town. It just doesn't feel that much like it because I'm in this beautiful park. Obviously not supposed to be here, so definitely stealth. But yeah, a lovely spot, to be honest. It's worked out perfect. I've got lots of places to hang stuff. I've got a nice flat space, quite comfortable. Oh, that was close. I have positioned the lights in such a way where they're not straight away visible, as long as I cover them up pretty quick. I've got one here for just like, I don't know what I call it, but it's basically for backlighting. That's not visible by anyone, it's just lighting me up. This one's visible just under the camera. From certain angles. So I have to be quite alert at the moment, so I won't be filming for a load of time right now. It's, as you can see, I'm ready for the evening. I'm just having a little bit of peanut butter on crackers because I didn't have them at lunch, so I'm having a couple of them now. I'm not going to have loads, just have a few, and I'll probably finish off with some hobnobs and a little bit of drink, just make sure I'm well hydrated, and that way I'll recover well tonight. But yeah, just got a cushion under my feet. I've got all my tape off, and I've let my feet air for a while, and now just put the socks back on because it was getting a bit nippy. But yeah, it's pretty much it for the day. I'm just going to be hunkering down, or just chilling for a while, and then hunkering down, getting some sleep as soon as it's dark, really, and then I'll be up real early in the morning for the next episode. So yeah, that's just about it, really. I'll see you guys on the next one, and hopefully it'll actually be a proper bit of camping going on. As I was saying, yeah, hopefully the next episode I'll actually be able to do a proper camp and have you guys enjoy some of the cooking with me and all the other stuff that goes on with the camp as well, as it's been a lot less of the camping stuff and a lot more of the walking stuff in the last couple of episodes. I think it's just been all very hectic in the evenings, but that's what happens, you know. We get what we get. This is completely unplanned, so yeah, that's what happens, really. So I'm going to turn these lights up for the people behind me again. You guys, I think on for a second, yeah. So you guys, see, I'm going to get the lights up as quick as I can now. You guys have fun. I'll see you on the next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe.